Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Monday and welcome back. So originally I was not going to be uploading candle reviews today, but I'm having some issues with the filming of the video I was going to put up today. Doesn't matter, I'm switching things around. So here we are with two more Kringle candle reviews for the fall today. Up first we have sugar pumpkins, and a little bit later on today you will see my thoughts on the gorgeous scent. So make sure that you are subscribed and that you have the bell notification on, and hopefully that shows up in your subscription feed. So I've mentioned before that it is a little bit difficult for me to be burning pumpkin scents in the middle of August. It's still like in the 90s every single day here, and while I definitely switch over to burning mostly fall scents in September, and it's a lot of times still in the 80s and 90s in September, for some reason once I switch my decor over it makes a lot more sense in my head. But right now, like today, it's supposed to be 90 degrees and I feel really weird burning all these pumpkin scents. But man, they smell amazing and they just get me so excited for fall, you guys. So I am going to go ahead and do the usual. We're going to read through their scent story. We'll talk about the fragrance notes. I'll tell you guys what I pick up. I'll tell you about my experience with the strength and the throw, and just kind of give a general roundup on the burn quality here. So pretty straightforward. So sugar pumpkins, your description here is, our quintessential pumpkin fragrance has arrived. Sugar pumpkins is pumpkin forward with warm notes of brown butter, cinnamon, clove, and vanilla. Your top notes here are pumpkin accord, cinnamon, and orange. Your mid notes are brown butter, clove leaf. Your base is baked vanilla, sweet cream, and sandalwood. Okay, first off, this is very much a quintessential fall scent. Like when you think about like your sort of typical fall fragrances, or I guess quote unquote more generic fall fragrances, like this is one of those types of fragrances that you've totally smelled before. It has that beautiful like canned pumpkin note. And when they talk about that brown butter, like that's a very interesting, distinct fragrance. Brown butter definitely has a very different scent from just regular butter. It almost becomes slightly nutty in its fragrance, and you really do get that like buttery nuttiness, I guess you could say. It's really, really delicious. The cinnamon in here is not overpowering at all. In fact, it's something that I detect, but it's not the first thing that I smell. And I have to commend them for not going cinnamon heavy on this, because I think a lot of times when candle companies do pumpkin scents, they go a little overboard on the cinnamon, and this one is definitely on the lighter end of that, and I love it. There is just the slightest touch of orange in here, and it's perfect. Like at first I thought, oh, that's kind of random, but you smell it, but it makes sense. It just adds like a little bit of a brightness and a freshness to the fragrance, but it's still warm and cozy overall. That baked vanilla and sweet cream is for sure something that blends with that pumpkin to make it very, very like creamy pumpkin. This is a sweet pumpkin scent, but it's not overly sweet at all. In fact, I think there are gonna be some people that maybe wish this had a touch more sweetness to it, but I really like this the way that it is. This particular scent is one of those that I think is very guest friendly, because it's not a smack you in the face pumpkin fragrance. It's softer, it's prettier, it's very welcoming, and just like really, really pleasant. Yeah, I love it on cold sniff, and I love it when it's burning. It's very similar when you light it up, but it just smells like warmer and even more cozy once you get that flame going. oh, it's just heavenly. Right now I'm sticking my nose into the lid because it's got like a good amount of that fragrance in there. This is just delicious and I want more of this. This is one of those fall pumpkin scents that you can really pair with any of your other candles, whether maybe it's like leaves from Bath and Body Works, or maybe you have harvest leaves from Homeworx. It's just a great blender candle that I think is going to go well with a lot of different types of fragrances. I would definitely tell you to pick up the Daylight in this, but honestly, I think most of the Daylights, oh, the Daylight is still available for this one. So a lot of the Daylights have sold out. I'm sure they'll be back at some point, but yeah, a lot of them have sold out. Definitely grab this either in the Daylight or in the wax melts. I'm definitely going to be grabbing it in the wax melts, and I want to pick up the soy blend as well. It's so good. In terms of strength and throw, now this is where it leaves a little something to be desired. I really wish this was just a little bit stronger, which is why I'm thinking that I want to pair it with the wax melts. The strength is only about a 6. Now, this particular type of scent, I want it to be more of an 8, but I do realize that there is somewhat of a limitation with this 2-wick formula because the surface area is only so big. This is just a 2-wick candle, you guys, but yeah, it does get a really nice deep wax pool going. I'm just kind of turning it here. Sorry about the glare from the sun. I'm filming kind of early in the day today, so the sun is still in the front of the house here. But the wax pool that I get is typically a nice solid inch. The wicks are fantastic. You can see there's no sooting. There's a super clean burn. This is what I really appreciate. I say this all the time, but this is what I appreciate about the soy formula is that I do not have to worry about these candles. Yesterday I burned this for 6 hours and there is no discoloration whatsoever. Like, that is kind of unheard of with a lot of different candles. You know, the more you burn them or the longer you burn them, the more you run the risk of sooting or wicks toppling over or just something happening. That just is not the case with the Kringle soy formula at all. It burns so beautifully. So I'm willing to have slightly less strength and throw, although I think that a lot of that is going to be increased once they go with the 3-wick format for the soy candles. The throw of this is right around like a 6, 6.5 as well. I can certainly smell it in the room where I'm burning it. Like, it is a lovely sort of background scent, but very, very noticeable, very detectable for sure. It travels outside of the room, but it doesn't fill the downstairs of the house at all. That being said, that is not something that I typically experience with the Kringle soy formula anyway, so I'm not terribly surprised or put off by that. I just think for me, if I want more oomph out of a scent that I really love from the Kringle soy line, I know that I usually have to buy like a couple of the candles in the same fragrance and then put them on opposite ends of the house. Once I light them at the same time, they meet in the middle and they fragrance the entirety of the downstairs, but it does take 2 of the candles. So I don't want anyone to get these and have the expectation that they are house fillers. Probably not going to be the case, but I find them to be strong enough for my liking to put in specific rooms. And then, like I said, if I purchase multiple and burn them at the same time, they do turn into more of like a house filling type of fragrance. Also, again, the other option is if you have warmers, try out their wax melts. So I haven't tried the wax melts in a while. I sort of wanted to revisit those because the last time that I purchased them, I didn't have the best of luck. So yeah, I want to see if I can get more than 1 day out of them. That's one of the reasons why I love Scentsy, you guys, is I get multiple days of warming out of each of the cubes, but I have yet to find that to be the case for Kringle wax melts. So Anyway, this one gets 2 thumbs up for me. It's gonna be a repurchase, and I would definitely recommend checking it out, at least in the daylight or the wax melt. It is delicious, and if you love a good basic but delicious fall pumpkin scent, check out Sugar Pumpkins for sure. Stay tuned, and I will update you guys on what I think of the gorgeous scent a little bit later on today. All right, take care. Toodaloo.